Values out of the northeast going through this afternoon and this weekend. Mid-60s, dropping in around the lake at 67, 66s from Waynesboro to Millen. So all across the area, that same low to mid-60s pattern is going to continue. Now, there'll be a little limited sunshine, a little bit more cloud cover coming in for the majority of the afternoon. As we start with 60s, jump to about 80 at noon. There could be just a few of those lower 80s coming in for highs. A little bit of a warm-up, though, after a drop in our highs for today for that outlook this weekend, which we'll touch on more coming up in just a little bit. Approaching 6:02.
Up to 5,000 boxes of food are on the way to help Augusta. Take a look here. This is from our sister station in Atlanta this morning. This is the trucks, 8 trucks leaving DeKalb County around 4 o'clock this morning.
You're Taylor Martin live now, where a local church is going to be a site distributing those supplies. Taylor?
Johnson is an old friend. So on October 7th this week, they signed a mutual aid agreement and they named it the Good Neighbor Express. So the Good Neighbor Express today is going to bring Georgia-grown vegetables and produce that can be eaten without cooking, sanitizers, masks, and COVID-19 tests. Now there are several sites going to be set up to receive this aid while supplies last, and that's going to be at various times. You can come to Greater Young Zion Baptist at 8 o'clock this morning, Good Samaritan Baptist, that starts at 10 a.m., Good Shepherd Baptist at noon, Broadway Baptist at 2 p.m., and Faith Outreach Church at 4 p.m. We have those addresses on our screen now, but distributor Nick Gregory Company also played a big role in making this happen today and getting the food out here to Augusta neighbors.
Supplies that cannot come soon enough. Thanks for that, Taylor. And last night, Aiken County Council met for the first time since...
It said yesterday the remaining waterless customers should have service back within 24 to 36 hours, so we'll keep an eye out for when the systems are back online and what's next for that advisory. We have an update about when the Richmond County school system will return to class. Officials plan to return October 16th. The school system says this will allow time for all campuses to open up with power, water, internet, and the bus routes functioning. Leaders added they will not have a scheduled asynchronous learning day. More details are expected to be shared before next Monday.
We do have some updates from school districts. In Edgefield County, the school district says sports, band, and theater events are canceled until further notice. There will be no football game tonight at Strom Thurmond High. Leaders say they're continuing to discuss when the district should return to school. Georgia Military College announcing they had to temporarily close the Valdosta and Augusta campuses for the rest of the week. Their leaders will also continue monitoring conditions and share updates on their website and social media pages.
And these are the schools that we know have plans to return to the classroom. Augusta Prep, Augusta Tech, AU, and USC Aiken hope to go back on Monday. Allendale County already went back on Wednesday with meals, showers, and toiletries provided to students and staff who are still without power. Now, Aiken County's calendar shows they're on fall break until next Friday. Still ahead, thousands are still without power, and not just in South Carolina like we've mentioned. We're going to take a look at what Dominion crews see on the ground and what Georgia Power is reporting next.
Warm seasonal temps will continue to remain above average here, or right around average for the upcoming weekend. We're going to check on rain chances, if that's going to come around anytime soon. All coming up next. Stay with us.
As we head to break, giving you a live look now at Wheeler Road. Time now 6:10.
Our First Alert has always given you the edge against severe weather. And now, with our new First Alert radar network, First just got even faster. This is the most advanced weather radar around, filling in the gaps that have plagued our area for years. With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street. No other station can provide you with this type of enhanced weather coverage. You'll only find it here, putting your family's safety first with the First Alert radar network. First just got faster.
He murdered a father.
Dip into the 60s and 80s for the next 5 days, and then moving into next week, we've got that cool down coming our way with middle 70s for highs and 50s. Big cool down for the mornings. A lot of sunshine, though, all the way out to Thursday. 6:16.
All right, thanks, Tim. Dominion Energy crews are working long hours to restore power as soon as possible. Jordan Litwiller spoke with company officials to get the latest updates.
As power lines remain tangled at the bottom of utility poles up above, crews continue working around the clock to restore power as quickly as possible. As of late Thursday afternoon, Dominion Energy saying they have restored power for 393,000 customers, but approximately 45,000 remain in the dark. Dominion spokesperson Paul Fisher saying 90% of those still without power live in the western portion of the state, specifically mentioning Abbeville, Aiken, Edgefield, Saluda, McCormick, and Greenwood counties.
In those more rural and heavily wooded areas, we have seen severe, significant impacts, tree damage, thousands of trees down, thousands of poles down, countless spans of wire. And the work to repair this in these areas that are so significantly impacted by this storm, we are rebuilding our grid from the ground up.
Something our crew saw firsthand while surveying the damage in Aiken County. Right behind me here, you can see what looks to be more of a rebuilding situation instead of a restoration. We just saw as this Dominion Energy crew pulled out one of those snap utility poles from this debris and some from all of those plants in this area. They had to chainsaw out and we're trying to get access to that utility pole. And while there are some easier fixes happening nearby, you can see a Dominion Energy crew working on what this appears to be more of a restoration as opposed to a full rebuilding. You can see them at the top of that utility pole rewiring some things. With lots of the infrastructure having to be completely rebuilt, Dominion not able to give a specific date for when power will be fully restored.
We're taking this work hour by hour and day by day. And while we know some customers' lights will come on sooner, others may take longer depending upon the severity of the damage. So we appreciate our customers' patience and understanding as we work through this.
In Aiken County, I'm Jordan Litwiller.
All right, let's take a look at some of those power outages. We've been showing this map to you. This one's broken down by zip code here in South Carolina. So 29841, that's been a big one. It's a small area, but you see how many people have been impacted. 8,700 people out of 16,000 who are served there. So we're still talking more than half of people in that zip code without power. That's not the only one, though. Another 2,100 people there, 1,600 people there. As we get up into Aiken, almost 4,000. Down more towards New Ellington, another 3,500. So all of Aiken County still in this red area. That's 1,000 plus people in any given area without power. And we haven't seen these colors change much all the way from southern Aiken County through Edgefield, Saluda County as well. We've seen these colors a little bit east of us around Columbia go down a little bit, so power getting restored there. But for us here, it is a slow but steady process. Now let's go over to the Georgia side as we take a look here. This has been the area we've been seeing the most power outages, 13,500 there, another 1,000 there. And as we come up towards the northern part of Augusta, up by Martinez, almost 21,000 people. So tens of thousands of people just in the Augusta Metro still without power. And we know that deadline was supposed to be tomorrow for 95% of people to get their power back in Augusta. That has now moved back to the 10th. So we're talking another 6 days that people could still be dealing without power. And that's just the current timeline. We know things are always changing. And that's why leaders are asking you to just be patient with them. They are working to get this done, but it could take days still for everyone to get their power restored. So it is going to be a slow process, and they're just asking for your patience as they get through it.
If you don't have power, there are some charging stations in our area. Fleet Feet North Augusta is open from 10 to 5 for you to charge your devices, use the internet, or even fill up on some water. And public Wi-Fi zones are set up on the Georgia side. One is at the Zoom office in Rennes, Jefferson Hospital in Louisville, and Evans Town Center Park in Evans.
Several YMCA facilities are opening their doors for charging stations as well. You may find water and showers available at the facilities in Aiken, North Augusta, Barnwell, and the Wilson Y over on Wheeler Road. Their hours are 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The Burke County Y will be open from 8 to 5 for showers, water, and charging stations. Plus, officials say Golden Harvest bags of food will be available, but only while supplies last to those who qualify.
As we head to break now, giving you a live look at the medical district. Time now, 6:21.
Outlook, and we'll see a cool down, even more fall-like air coming in time for next week. So we'll get to it shortly. About to hit 6:32.
Up to 5,000 boxes of food on the way to help Augusta right now. Take a look. Our sister station in Atlanta sent us this video overnight. 8 trucks leaving DeKalb County around 4 o'clock this morning.
You're Taylor Martin live now at a local church that's going to be distributing those supplies. Taylor, how's that possible?
Well, Ashley, the DeKalb County CEO, Michael Thurman, says that he and Mayor Garnett Johnson are actually old friends. So they signed a mutual aid agreement on October 2nd, which makes today possible. Now, they call that the Good Neighbor Express. The Good Neighbor Express today will bring fresh vegetables and produce that can be consumed without cooking, sanitizers, masks, and COVID-19 tests. That's coming to Augusta today, and we want to move the camera just a little bit so that you can see that there are already cars lined up here after it's only supposed to come in the next hour and a half, and there's a DeKalb County vehicle that just showed up here this morning. Now, there are several sites that you're going to be able to get aid while supplies last this morning, and that's going to be at various times. You can come here to Greater Young Zion Baptist at 8 a.m., and then it will be at Good Samaritan Baptist Church. That starts at 10 a.m. Good Shepherd Baptist starts at noon, and then Broadway Baptist is at 2 p.m. and Faith Outreach Church, that's going to be at 4 p.m. We have those addresses up on your screen now. Now, distributor Nick Gregory Company also played a huge role in making this possible today. But if you're headed out this morning, specifically here to Greater Young Zion, you might want to get out now because cars are starting to line up as the DeKalb County vehicles begin to arrive.
Great to have those supplies coming to so many people who are still in need. Thanks a lot for that, Taylor.
Last night, the Aiken County Council